Hey guys, sorry for the delay. I had to deal with something real quick. Some crazy people on Twitter that have nothing else to do than to comment on every single one of my posts, even though I blocked them. And I recently found out that these people are simultaneously harassing ton of people on multiple platforms at the same time. These guys are online all the time. That's all they do all day. Literally, that's all they do all day. They do nothing else. Nothing else but to harass whoever they disagree with. Not just disagree, whoever they like. Anyway, I don't even want to give them too much attention. Actual losers. Anyway, I guess they're V-tweeters. I'd call them some they're mostly unicorns or holo purist, which is a term I coined for those like really avid fans that are friends with unicorns and they defend them, and unless of condemning bad behaviors that happens, they get mad at people like me who kind of turns on spotlight on these behavior. And they're absolutely ridiculous. They also get really mad at clippers and they think clippers are there for clout, even though companies literally pay clippers to promote their VTubers. Like, clippers are such an important part of the ecological business business structure of a VTuber corporation, but these guys don't even see that. They think that they're business moguls, I guess. They got it all figured out better than HoloLive. Send their names to Rev, he'll make content. I was thinking about it. I was considering it. Yes, and they have this little Discord where they share their stuff, and every time they come out in groups of like 10 or 15, and they do, like, you can tell because they just come out all at the same time, or they go on their alts and shit and upvote each other. It's actually so cringe. I've seen them talk in VT as well. I can recognize their speech pattern now because they use the exact same words, and I can, even if I don't see their name, I know exactly who's talking. Yeah, I'm not getting fooled. I'm building a case against them. I have all the screenshot and all the evidence. They go under every single like comments and they'll harass people on YouTube as well. But yeah, like, there's a reason, chat, why agencies like Idol ES is like paying clippers and stuff to clip their VTubers. It's because you need clippers to become more famous. So like, they're condemning the clippers, but like, they're really doing a service to your agency. And these kind of people, I also found out, you know what I found out? That they also dislike justice. They dislike the new HoloLive gen. And you want to know why? Because they believe they're sucking resources off Advent. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that it? They have no idea how HoloLive's business work, and they've probably never read a financial report, because HoloLive literally said, like, their business structures is built on pumping out more gens. Yeah, they believe that because Justice League is not, sorry, I said Justice League. The new gen is lackluster. They're unoriginal and talentless, apparently, according to them. Not my opinion. Obviously, I think they're wonderful. But they believe that they're gonna bring down the rest of HoloLive. Yeah, they believe that, like, as resources is like, that it works like that, but HoloLive, the way they're structured is the collab aspect. And so each new gen, they collab with pre-existing gens, and then they grow from each other's fan base like that. It's part of the business model, and it works. UDN, LM, and Clippers are actually how I got into VTubers. There's so many people that say they got into VTubers because of people like me or Holo Justice, and anyway, these... I'm gonna make a video on them. I'm gonna make a video on it. I think it's fascinating. It's fascinating because it's like watching a train wreck, not fascinating for the good sides, not fascinating like watching the Milky Way or watching like the stars or something and you're like, oh my god, it's so wide, it's so beautiful. No, it's fascinating because they're so... They must be such miserable people. Such miserable people. You know, guys, you know, chat, I feel like... Let me think about how I'm gonna word this. Whenever I read a comment now or like some kind of insane insult like this or... Hey, thank you for the free membership. I just think I have empathy for them, but more so in the way that I'm like, this person's life must be really sad. It must be really sad to lash out like this against somebody. I find it like quite insane, and I actually kind of just find it pathetic now, and I don't mind it anymore because I feel like, yeah, they just live and lead miserable lives, and it's just sad and pathetic, and really we should just feel bad for them. Shouldn't be angry at them, should just feel bad for them. Hey Cloto, yeah, Cloto, for the tea time, if we can do it another Sunday, that'd be great. Yeah. Smug Elena and Kersha from Clippers. I don't have a lot of Clippers, but I am starting to post clips on my second channel now. It's called Rima Even Star Highlights. I'm wondering if I should change the name of that channel to Rima Even Star Live. It does kind of sound better. I do find like Rima Even Star to be very... It's a long name. What do you guys think? Wait, these kind of people, they actually think that anybody that doesn't do classic VTuber content are the scum of the earth. I mean, that's always been kind of a recurring theme within the VTuber community. A lot of people look down on the kind of content that we do if it's VTuber adjacent, even Clippers included. Like, for example, on virtual YouTuber, like that subreddit, I've never was able to post any videos there. Like, they just dislike people like us. What counts as a classic VTuber content? Streaming video games. Literally just that. So if you stream games, you're fine. If you don't do that, you are a scum of the earth and a cloud chaser. I pity them the same way I pity the random guy at the station yelling at everyone. Kind of sad to see, but a heck of a bother. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Daddy. I think, Erlin. No, you summed that up pretty well. I don't use Reddit anymore. I think it's I used Reddit for technical issues. Reddit is based for technical issues, like for real. You know, you guys know that I almost got scammed by Adobe. They wanted me to pay a fee to cancel my Adobe subscription. And that's so fucked up. They wanted me to pay like hundreds of dollars for it. I was like, what? But then Reddit had the answer for me. Reddit made it so I scammed Adobe. Yeah, take that, Adobe. And now they're getting sued by the United States for that cancellation fee, by the way. They got what they deserved. I think it's young new fans that have no connection with pre-established fandoms. I think they'll come around if we give them time. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about if time is a thing. One of them claims to be a doctor. Now, I've never seen a doctor have so much free time to shit talk everybody. But then again, a lot of doctors are assholes, so maybe. It's perfectly morally right to pirate Adobe. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Hey, thank you for the prime, Deuce Vault, my dudes. Sorry if I mispronounced this. Thank you so much. Your redeem still don't work. Oh crap, I need to do that. Yeah, I need to do that. Thank you for the membership. I am dual streaming. I'm on Twitch and on YouTube. I see both, chat though, so don't worry about it. I'm not missing a message. So you're now on Twitch? Yes, I am. Yeah. You know, if you guys want to watch some ads, watch me on Twitch. Actually, you guys have ads on YouTube as well. I forgot. I just don't see ads on YouTube anymore, so I forgot about them because I have YouTube Premium now. I'm a Myth Day 1 viewer. In my opinion, Elizabeth is right now the best singer in HoloEN. I love their new gen. They're really fucking good. They're really fucking good. I don't mind that there's less people in that gen, only 3, as long as all 3 people are extremely talented. Haven't gotten Ilara to help? Bro, bro, from since I woke up till I went to bed, I've been working on my Neanners video. And there's so much shit to come through because she's been on the internet for more than a decade, like 15 years. It's, I've had several Menhera breakdowns. I've had several, like, mental breakdown, like, where I just, like, start crying, saying that I can't do this anymore. Today I went to take a walk because I was like, I need to breathe some air, like, I need to be outside, even if it's for a little bit. I couldn't take it anymore. I really couldn't take it anymore. Finally, the editing process is done. Not done, is starting. So I sent it to my editor, and now we're gonna start the process of going back and forth and edit stuff, and then I gotta add the B-roll, but at least the script is done. Thank God. And there's just a lot of sensitive topics to talk about in there. So it's very difficult. It's kind of like the Pippa video was also one of my toughest video to make. I was happy with the final result, although I could have added more stuff. I feel like I could have. There's always things that you want to change after it's released, but it's too late. But the Neanners video is like on par with that Pippa video, I think. So I haven't been able to stream that much. I've done the collab with Ilara on Wednesday morning, and that was kind of like the only interaction I had. And then yesterday in Discord we had a community night where I just streamed in Discord because my internet kept cutting off. And yeah, today and Parrot released a new video, and I have like a cameo in that video, so go check it out. Hey guys. I mean, I just wanted to get that video done, you know? I just wanted to get it done. So, what would you guys be your interest in having a VShoujo / Nuxtaku video? Because going through the Neanner stuff, I have all the information I need to make that video, and it's fresh in my mind. So that could be an easy video to make for next week. But I wanted to know if there was any interest in that video first. Hey Rima, sorry for the off-subject question, but how did you improve your pronunciation? I don't know if my chat would agree that my pronunciation is improved, but I try to enunciate everything that I say, so I speak a little slower sometimes. But people have commented on my video saying that they like that I speak slowly, so. But it's funny that the Loli debate sparked again on Twitter while I was researching for the Neanders video, and it's also about this debate. And it's also the same debate that I spoke about in my Gargura video. But you know what, chat? You know what, chat? Wait. Tenza! Tenza, thank you for the new sub! Thank you. +2? Is that a tier 2 sub? I don't know. Oh, tier 1 for 6 months. Thank you, Tenza! So, I don't know if you guys noticed some behind the scene hotspots. Oh yeah, VGen. I forgot to talk about VGen. VGen's also been catching a lot of strays. I feel kind of bad for VGen. I do feel like it's necessary to have this platform, and I don't think we should be too hard on them. Can you say etc. for us? Etc. So okay, I'm gonna catch up with the super chats in a second, but let me finish this thought. In the Gora video, I actually did a lot of research in the Loli debate. And I had a full section in that video that was meant to go for the pros and cons of the whole Loli debacle. And then I removed it because the video was already getting super long. And I was like, that could just be a video on its own. But then I never ended up making it. So I actually have a lot of info on that. And I feel pretty knowledgeable about the topic. I think I've thought about this topic a lot more than most people that are giving their opinion on Twitter. I feel like most people that have made an opinion on what is considered a lolly or not, or if it's like, you know, more ethically okay or moral or whatever, they've formulated their opinion in maybe less than 5 or 10 minutes. But I've actually spent a lot of time thinking about this. So I'm gonna share a few of my thoughts today, and I want to know what you guys think too. All right, let me catch this super chat. Tinkerlin, I work at a hospital. Bad doctors sometimes have time, so it all kind of checks out. No one goes to them. We don't have that problem here in Canada. All the doctors are super booked. Amazonian Rima, when? Horses are huge after all. I am not a fucking horse, okay? Reddit is a cesspool of yes men. You can literally not have an opinion outside of that subreddit opinion, and God help you, your opinion clash with a mod. I think the upvote system makes it so some of... I don't know, there's a lot of contrarians on Reddit. Like, have you guys ever seen these Reddit posts where somebody's asking for advice or an opinion and everybody's condescending in the comments? I hate that. Last Stanza with the 50 membership. He's back. Last Stanza, please don't go away. Can one of the mods, can you catch him before he leaves? We actually need to get your email, Last Stanza, and your info because you were one of the top 3 donors during my subathon. Please, a mod, can they catch him before he leaves? Thank you so much for the 50 membership, guys. Make sure your membership gifts are turned on so you can receive the gifts. People on Twitter put thought into their opinion. Yeah, my bad. Bold of me to assume so. Wait, is this gonna keep going on? Shit. Oh, fuck. I might have made a fucky wucky with the notification settings there. Whoopsie. Alright. Let's keep going. Oh my god, now it's gonna keep on dinging, isn't it? Oh, it's gonna keep on dinging. How do I know? That's not even what I wanted. I wanted the Giga Chat song to go when we give memberships. Like I feel like 50 membership gifts should have the Giga Chat song play, and not this one. Not this one. Why am I so bad at technical stuff, guys? Why am I? Holigrasa! Holigrasa with the 50 gifted! Oh, it's gonna dig for so long! Oh my god, wait! Oh shit! Oh fuck, we're... Alright. 80 more dings to go. Yeah, I have community gifts, at least 50. And that's not that sound. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know. Bruh! Can you not just cancel the pop-ups? I don't know how. Hold up, hold up, hold up. What is this? Let me see. I can maybe change it. Ah! Okay, okay, we get it. This is kind of funny. Oh, I changed the sound at least. It's less annoying. The horse sound is better. Oh my god! I think it stopped now. That does sound... That's less annoying, right? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna figure out a way to... Oh, okay, it's because I have that on, I think. Alright, let me just... Oh, I know. Okay, I know. I'm just gonna mute it for a sec. Okay. Alright. Wait, why is it... Oh, it's working. We don't... What? How are we still hearing it? How are we still hearing it? Huh? Oh, it's because I have the browser on, right? It's because I've got the browser on. Okay. I fixed it! We're good. Alright, thank you so much for the gifts, guys. Sorry my overlay settings are messed up right now. Yeah, there's something I didn't set up properly. It's not the gifter's fault at all. I appreciate the gift very, very much. Thank you so much. We're just clopping a shit ton. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Alegraza and Tenza, thank you so much. Now, not really beating any horse allegations. Listen. I do what the people want of me, okay? So, it all started on Twitter with this VTuber called Saki VTube. She posted, I think, some picture of her fan art, and then some people flamed her in the comment, and she responded on Twitter. And then she came up with this comparison, which is, this is the last thing I'll say about this topic, but someone asked how a child and my design would differ in my style. And she made a comparison, and I think drawing her model naked didn't really help either. But this is what sparked it. So first of all, somebody asked, are you lolly? She said petite adult. And then they responded, isn't that what the term lolly means? Because I'm also petite for 9 and with only 80 pounds or so. I don't know, also the outfit is revealing and also a little misleading. I don't know, I just feel uncomfortable because this is the type of shit that attract PDFs. Based off my real body type and height, 5 feet. I'm not talking about the body, I'm talking about how revealing the clothes are. But what does the clothes, how revealing the clothes are, have to do with anything, really? That's the difference between Lolicon and something else. Gifted Douglas, yes, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you, thank you. More gifts. You're not flat-chested and your thighs are not that small. I know your thighs quadruple in size when you sit down, because even at my weight, mine do that too, motherfucker. Okay, this person just rude. And then a lot of people started adding to it. Oh shit, I didn't censor that photo. Okay, we're gonna skip that one. But first, I think it's important to... Sorry, I'm gonna move this over here. First, I think it's important to establish a difference between Loli and Lolicon, okay? So... Here, I'm just gonna hide it for a sec. So, Loli most often refers to a young or young-looking girl character in Japanese anime and manga. And Lolicon is the sexualization of such character. It's in Japanese popular culture, Lolicon is a genre of fictional media which focuses on a young or young-looking girl characters, particularly in a sexually suggestive or erotic manner. So people don't often differentiate the two, and they group everything together. So Lolicon is the sexualization of it, and Loli is just a young-looking character. And what the pro-lolli camp dislike... Okay, I'll start with the anti-lolli camp because that's easier to explain, actually. So the anti-lolli camp equates everything that has to do with lollies to be PDF bait. And sorry, I gotta speak like that because YouTube. Okay, it's dumb, I know, but whatever. And the pro-lolli camp says, well, that's ridiculous. You know, because if you equate this, if you equate a fictional character that looks like a child, that's portrayed maybe in a sexual manner, it's kind of like saying that if you play a video game that's violent, you're also gonna go, you know, shoot up a school. Basically, it's fiction, so it's not the same as something real. But the other part of it is, yeah, I always see the two terms treated the same. People don't really differentiate them nowadays. The thing is, from the outside, they all view this as something like that's just weird and frowned upon. It's really like an aesthetic and an art style that comes from the West and East Asia. And from the East, sorry. And the West, us, we view them as children, whereas like Japan view this as something cute and kawaii, etc. Like they have also even their anchors there, or like women there that are like grown adult, even in corporate setting, they do this thing that I don't remember the name, but it's to act kawaii. And if you act kawaii properly, you actually get it's actually socially accepted. It's like a common thing. So also there's been a lot of research and different surveys done, and there has been no research made that have concluded that reading you know, Lolicon Dushinji or Lolicon Hentai, or participating in or like interacting with that kind of content has any correlation with somebody being a PDF file. It's like they haven't found correlations in it. Now, does that mean that some people who do interact with it aren't already, you know, PDF files? That could be, but that doesn't mean that if you read a Dushinji, you're automatically attracted to real life children. Rima, can you show us an example of this acting kawaii so we can understand it better? Not drunk enough. A good example I have in regard to Reddit is when I went around into 5 different Reddits and wrote the exact same theme, copied and pasted because I needed answers, and from many different people. Did you get different advices? Oh, and on one Reddit started attacking me, another one straight up just blocked me and made it so I couldn't write, and one was really helpful and had discussions with, like, 3 different Reddits. Yeah, I mean, it covers a wide brush of people. Came from a certain Vtuber and a cyber donkey. Hopefully this will be worth it. I hope so. Some nobody, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you, thank you. I need an example. Yeah, I feel like I'm not expressing it properly. Oh wait, you mean about the moe culture? No. I'm not doing the nya. No. That's not me. I can't do it right now. I can't do it right now. But yeah, like the VTubers that are from Japan are like seeped into lolly culture. There's this image that you've probably seen going around, and like Kizuna Ai was actually a very famous. They say Lolicon. Does she sexualize lollies? Yes, she does. She has. There's like this screenshot of her that goes around where there's this very real lolly from Azur Lane that she rolled, and she's like, oh, pero, which means like lick, and then in another instance she's kind of like panning up a lolly's skirt, and she's like, oh, you know, nice view. She makes jokes around it. This girl is, fuck, I don't remember her name. She's from NIJISANJI, popularized using Live 2D and streaming for VTubing. Okay, I didn't know she was a Lolicon. Popularized independent VTubing. First VTuber ever, also Lolicon. Biggest EN VTuber Lolicon. So Gargora often retweets some of her fan art that are like kind of sexual and sexualized. I don't know if Kobo's a Lolicon. Does she... I mean, she's... Yeah, she could be a lolly. She has really long limbs, though. She's kind of on borderline lolly. We're gonna go into what we consider lolly later into the stream. I don't know if she's a Lolicon, though. I haven't seen her sexualizing them. Marine, yeah, she said they were cute before. She has made jokes about Lolicon, so yeah, I mean, Marine sexualizes everything, so it wouldn't surprise me. Pecora Lolicon. Is Pecora a Lolicon? I guess, as we'll see later on, some people consider Pecora a Lolicon. I'd say that within the fan base, or at least within HoloLive GP, they don't consider Pecora a lolly, so that one surprised me. Yeah, Matsuri should have been there. How is Pecora a lolly? Okay, Paladin Knight, a lot of people think Pecora is a lolly. That's my next slide, okay? That's... hold your panties all. So there was also this screenshot that Parrot Version once retweeted, and that's just like a bunch of VTubers talking about lollies. I mean, Pikami was like a proud lolly and Lolicon. She said it that she's into the yabai stuff. She reads those Zushinji. There's nothing really inherently wrong with it, but what the pro-lolli camp like never wants to concede is how I feel like they never want to admit that it is like it can be viewed as weird from an outsider's perspective. And I feel like the problem with the pro-lolli camp is that they always get insulted when somebody says that they're uncomfortable with lolli. And I think it's fine to say you're uncomfortable with this because it's subjective taste. You don't have to convince everybody of your kinks, or you know, it's just no guys, you should think like me. It doesn't have to be like that. You could just be a lolli enjoyer and not care that other people aren't, okay? Like, I personally don't have a problem with lolli, or and that's fine. But what is valid though is when the anti-lolli camp calls them, you know, PDF bait. That is crossing a line. But then there's infighting that goes in just because some people dislike lollies, and you know, that's fine. It's the thing is, you think of another kink or fetish. If you would publicly advertise it, other people would tell you it's weird. So you'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna do it behind closed doors. But for, you know, lollies and lolicons, they don't want to do it behind closed doors. They want to keep advertising it. Well, you're gonna get criticized for that too. If you're putting your opinion out there, then you're making yourself open for criticism. Yeah, all my videos are very opinionated, and I also put myself open to criticism. That's kind of just how it goes. So I think that both sides are a bit unreasonable, and of course there's some people that are way more unreasonable than others. Now, I like to think that most people in the chat here are a little higher IQ than most, so, you know. I mean, if they would think for a bit, why would a real Peter odd themselves in public with proof? The math just doesn't add up. Drawings aren't real people. Indeed, they aren't. The clip Kobo when Laplas shows up answers you about the Kobo Lolicon? Is that what you're mentioning? Japanese mindset in lolli is simple. Every fictional character is permitted. No law against them. That's all. There's some conflicting newspaper or like being openly an otaku in Japan is not necessarily something that's very accepted in the first place. So when Western people say like, oh, you could be an openly a lolicon in Japan, I don't know if that's totally true. Like, I don't know if that's totally true, guys. Like, Japan has this strong mentality and culture that you should swim with the wave, and you shouldn't they don't have this individualistic culture like we have here, and they believe that everybody should kind of conform. So if you show up to your work with like an anime t-shirt and some like My Hero Academia like sweatpants or some like VTuber merch on, their first assumption is that you're somebody that's lazy, weird, and you're probably not gonna work well. And it sucks that it's prejudice like this, but it is. And I'd like to think that maybe the new generation is gonna change that, because Japan used to be like super open-minded, and then in the recent years it kind of went back to being to dressing very dressy, very plain. We've talked about it in other streams too. The only workplace that's encouraged are video game companies and manga publishers, essentially. Is keep things in private and not be out with it? Yes, kind of. Exactly. It's like you can a lot of them are into manga and anime, of course, because like it's super popular there, but they don't like showcase it like we would do here. When people say they enjoy younger looking characters, that means they enjoy the look, not what they want to diddle kids. Yeah, I agree. Also, Neon Hypocrite. I have a lot to say about that topic. It's a big topic. It's got a lot more nuance than what most people have covered about her so far. And there's a lot of context that people are missing with Neanners. So, oh shit. Okay. Okay, you guys want to talk about Neanners right now? Sure, I'll go briefly over it. But like I said, I'm making a video on it, so I don't want to spoil my whole angle on it. But basically Neanners, she's been browsing on 4chan since she was 11. At one point, she's made like a lot of really cringe, satirical, anti-panel reading, and she's also made a cover of like a song called Pomp Pomp, and Pomp Pomp is like a very heavy sexual depiction of a lolly. It's the depiction of a sexual intercourse between a lolly and like an adult. But it was meant to be like a cringe satire meme. It's like it became extremely popular, and it's reached basically meme icon status. Like people knew the song without knowing who Neanners is. But when she did that, she was a minor, or so she claims to be. But it checks out. She was, I think she was a minor, and Moonman, yes, but that's not the topic. We're talking about Loli, so the other one's more relevant. And later on, she privated that song, you know, once she became more popular, and she completely disavowed it. She said that she found it disgusting, that people that were into Lolicon were sexualizing children, and she wanted no part of it anymore. But what people kind of don't realize is that there's a lot of instance. She doesn't talk about it anymore, so you'd have to dig for that. But there's a lot of instances where she did say that she would receive really gross comments back then. Like, you know, there's the people that would enjoy the song ironically. You know, like most people here, we would probably enjoy the song ironically. And then there's the people that enjoyed that song unironically, okay? So she was exposed to those that were there for the wrong reasons, and because of that grossed her out. And not only that, she was also a minor then, so there's like the first realization is when you're a VTuber model and somebody's sexualizing your model, you're like, oh, they're sexualizing my model, and they're making, you know, sexual comments about my voice. Okay, it's kind of separate from me. But then you realize, no, they're making those sexual comments about me, and that's weird because I'm a minor. And then a bunch of things happened after that too that kind of completely turned her away from 4chan. Horrible stuff, horrible stuff that kind of made her do like a 360 on ideologies. So I feel like it was partly being exposed to horrendous individual thrown in the mix, growing up, and also a bit of trauma in there too. And a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of different factors. $180, not $360. A $360 would go back to... Listen, guys, not the best with maths, okay? So, yeah, I meant 180. 360 and walked away. Yeah, she met the dark side of fortune, indeed, indeed. Yeah, she did insult, no, she didn't insult her whole fan base. I don't know why you're saying that. You probably don't know exactly the full story if you say that. She insulted the Lolicon in her fan base, which, as we've seen earlier, is the definition of is when you sexualize a lolly. So just sexualizing Loli. Later on in her career, she does clarify that she's fine with Loli, she's not fine with Lolicon. But she actually has a hard stance on that. More than me, I don't agree with the stance. I don't agree with the way that she segmented her off her fan base. I disagree with that, but I also understand it, if I'm being clear. I saw someone say that Loli is a body type. What is Loli, bro? Okay, well, just rewind the stream, bro, because we already went through the definition. Yeah, that. As for the hypocrite allegations, well, hypocrite means that... Aren't you a hypocrite when you don't actually mean something? I feel like she actually means it, because she did all of that to her detriment. I mean, it's not good to segment off your fan base, especially the ones that got you to that point. It wasn't a statement that was considered good PR, because she received a lot more harassment for it. So I think it's another situation, kind of like the Yuko Uri thing, where she just handled it very badly, but at the same time, she was really young back then. Not that I don't want to make excuses, but I'm somebody that's like, I empathize a lot. So, I mean, I'm trying to think of how I was when I was 18, and I was fucking stupid, okay? I just made a kawaii lolly Rima drawing. Oh my god, you're on a roll with the Rima drawings. So, I mean, she's at... Yeah. More on the video. More on the video. What is LC? Oh no, not this stupid debate again. Oh, I swear, it's never gonna end. We're in the VTuber community. And it was also a debate that got sparked during the Sayu and Kenji controversy. So can we go back to the topic at hand now that I've satisfied your Neander's itch? Because this is not what the stream was supposed to be about. You're gonna have to wait for the video for that. I've learned that VTubers simply aren't good at PR throughout the years. Yeah, I agree. She just rubs me the wrong way. Well, you guys gotta have your preconceived notions. That's kind of what I realized, that a lot of people already have their preconceived notion about her and they're not gonna change their mind, even when faced with facts. So it's like, kind of no point in debating about this. So let's move on. So, Under the Tea podcast tweeted, the timeline today is just dozens of VTubers saying, so just cause my model looks like this, you think I'm a loli? A lot of you only started VTubing for the money, clout, and it shows. There's nothing wrong with having a loli model. Several of the biggest VTubers do. Calm down. So, I guess there's like a segment of Twitter that was mad at the girl with the green-haired model because she refused to acknowledge that it was a loli. And basically they're saying that calling it petite is also wrong because I don't know, you don't want to admit that you're a loli, I guess. And basically you're denying that it's a loli, like it's a bad thing. And so they're kind of offended by it, I suppose. Yeah, no, I agree with that broken scale. I already said I agree with that. You got lollies and you got hags and loli hags. And opie loli. So, these tweets went pretty viral. Oh, Skyraid. Thank you for the raid, Skyla. Thank you, thank you. What's up, guys? Thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. We're talking about a dumb Twitter debate. Why do people even feel the need to justify their models to other people? It takes a lot of strength not to have to justify your actions to random strangers. I think most people want to be loved and they want to be accepted by other people. And it's always very difficult to... What about short stack goblins? Listen, that's my folder, okay, Gemini X, don't expose me. It's always very difficult to come to terms with the fact that some people may just not have a good opinion of you and live with it. And as a content creator, I kind of realize that that's something I also gotta come to terms with. But it still takes a lot of strength. Loli Baba? Wait, that's what loli and hag are? It's called Loli Baba? That kind of just rolls off the tongue. I like that. I like every word that's a repeated syllable, like Suzu Nene. I love her name. So good. So Under the Tea podcast made another tweet replying to this person. There's a big difference between being a petite woman and being a child. Another Under the TL, neither Gura or Neanders are children in their models. I've seen a clip of the Japanese VTubers saying that Gura is a loli. But they were talking about it and they were like, yeah, no, I don't think none of us are lolis. But they were like, Gura definitely is a loli. But they didn't mention Matsuri in the clip, so I don't know, man. Loli Baba is loli grandma? Listen, if it was Honey Goblin, that's one thing. No, Vosh, you're still banned here. Yes, he is. Sheena is a loli baba? No, Sheena's beautiful. She's not old. Wait, what fetish isn't done in the open on Twitter nowadays? Right, like, true. The furries are out there. Exposing themselves to everybody. I consider any female character that is shorter than 160 centimeters and have B+ breast or smaller. And then there's of course specific types. I can't tell what 160 centimeter is in like VTuber length. Yeah, there's the prototype Pippa. I was a minor when it came out, so it cancels out. Oh, you mean Pomp Pomp. Rima, if someone calls you a lolly, what would be your strongest defense or rebuttal against it? Or you just not defend it and ignore it? Well, this model is definitely not a lolly. The other one could be more borderline because it's a lot more moe. I'm gonna turn back on the notifications now, by the way. My model looks mature, I feel. It looks really mature. It's an anime girl, but it looks mature. People, normies would probably still call me like PDF bait though. She's got huge boobas. And I also have like a lot of heads to body proportion. Grew up with friends very critical of my hobbies. Eventually you just learn to enjoy what you enjoy. Don't need the world's approval to be happy. Yes, and once you understand that, you can really achieve like inner peace, and you can finally start living life, honestly. I personally believe that so long as the woman is over the age of 18, lolly is okay. I have known many petite women who could be described as lolly despite being fully grown and of legal age. Okay, well, it's... Oh, you mean like the person piloting the lolly? I'm an opie horsey? Whoever said that, fuck you. So, there's a conundrum though. So Marine is definitely not a lolly, right? She's more of a short stack, okay? What about... So actually Geminix brought that question to me earlier, and I don't have a question for I don't have a response for it. Like, Marine says in her lore that she's 17, okay? We know, between all of us, that she's not 17. Obviously she's older. But her lore is 17, so technically, canonically, she's 17. So does that make her a lolly? Or scunny? What if the character is underage but looks adult to you? And what if the character looks overage, is piloted by an overage person, but is canonically underage? Ah, this is starting to become so messy. Canonically? Canonically doesn't sound good. I'm 6 foot, everything below 5'5" is short. I'm not short! What is your favorite anime and why is it Uma Musume? I've never watched it. She's been 17 for 15 years? Yeah, same. Identifying with the childish isn't bad. Projecting adult actions onto the childish, like lolly. MLP? Are you talking about My Little Pony? Or age play is sus, but not evil or illegal. Just don't pretend like... Oh crap, it went off. Just don't pretend like Peter Panning is normal. What's Peter Panning? I've never heard this term before. What is Peter Panning, chat? Mog beats the allegation. Justice for Mog? I'm 5'4". Emojis don't sexualize lollies? I mean, I think that's a personal choice, right? The Peter Pan syndrome. Isn't the Peter Pan syndrome wanting to stay young forever? Like an adult acting like a child? That's a baby fetish, isn't it? Peter Pan is supposed to be mean when... Oh god, the chat's going way too fast. Oh, when someone continues to act younger when they are and doesn't want to grow old like Peter Pan. When an adult engages in childish behavior and refuses to grow up. Isn't that every Twitch streamer? Yeah, I don't think the Peter Pan syndrome has anything to do with Loli either. That's gonna be my conclusion on that. But thank you for bringing this word to me. I learned something new. Fun fact, 17 is an age of significance because in the Japanese female voice actors community, there is a 17-year-old cult. All of them are 17 forever. I'm gonna join that cult. Yeah, I'm 17 forever. Wee. Lol, I'm taller than you. By what, like an inch? Okay. Lollies are not required to be children. Gura is both a self-admitted lolly and Lolicon. She literally just got finished with a rendition of Lolli God Requiem, which is originally made by yet another adult woman who is a Vtuber. Okay, so there's actually more to this story. The girl who made Lolli God Requiem was actually a critique. Wait, I feel like I was doing some research on this the other day. Because I actually was thinking of making a video on this. Let me just check my notes real quick. Basically, it's a meme song and the lyrics were meant to be much worse. And the person who sung that song, she says that if it gets popular in certain country, it means that there's a lot of people with problems in that country. So she kind of did that song half to commentate on the on society, and like half of it is a critique and half is a parody. So it's not necessarily that she was super pro Lolicon. Yes, I'm Canadian too! Yeah, if you look at the lyrics of Lolicon, Requiem is definitely a critique. This is like, I haven't really dug deep, but I will, because I actually find this interesting. Because everybody's kind of adopting this as the Loli anthem now, and as they probably think that it was a super pro Loli song, but I think it just blew up and now she's gotta embrace it. I don't know. I want to know more about this. I might be wrong about this, but I want to know more about this. I always prefer Lolli Babas because of the contrast in their appearance and attitude. Actual kid lollies are in the cute category. It's like, you know what this made me think about? Stewie from Family Guys. No. Is it Family Guys? Yeah. Like that, the baby that sounds like a grown-ass man that smokes like 40 cigarettes a day. He's probably a Lolli Baba. Wee mama shaking her butt has to be a taunt? Yeah. Oh, she is pro Loli. It was more of an inside joke. I see, I see. Patrick Stewart voiced him? No, you're talking about something else. It's a Mizugaki trope. You mean the song, or are you talking about Sui now? I'm confused. I'm confused now, chat. The song is a reference to the only look, no touch movement within Japan Loli aficionados. The song affirms correct Loli appreciation. Yes. It was an inside joke with her community. She didn't like doing the lolly voice, but her chat loved it a lot, so she started abusing them as lollies and it became that song. Interesting. I do love Patrick Stewart as well. He's great. No, Patrick Stewart did not voice Gura. You trolls. Alright, well, only look, don't touch. Like, if you... I feel like if you even brought that argument to somebody that was, like, really pro-lolly... Like, let's take Rev, for example. He would say, why does it matter? It's fictional anime. So... maybe that's what they meant by it's sort of a critique. Have you ever seen Gura and Patrick Stewart in the same room, though? Well, no, but I haven't seen anybody in the same room as Gura. I'll look into it more. He is a legend, he is a legend. Okay, okay. I can't listen to it on stream, I'm gonna get striked though. I'm gonna look more into this before yapping about it, because I feel like I'm going in blind, and I don't want to say like stuff that are wrong or misleading. So, yes, don't loot the lolly was a thing for a while. Yes, it was a meme. Yes, yes, yes. The term Mizugaki. An image of a young girl with pure lust in her eyes. At its core, Mizugaki describes girls who are small, young, provocative, suggestive, sexual, and brash towards adults or their superiors, are full of self-confidence and assertive about it, and have a tendency to be temptresses, teases. Oh. It's a character who acts like very naughty in all senses. Child. Oh, okay. The character doesn't have to be lolly. It can be... Okay, you know what? I don't even know if I can say these words on stream, so... Let's move along. Okay. So... There were some people that, kind of got in on the debate. I think this person was mostly trying to throw a jab at the original poster. He says, "Hi everyone, my name is Hayase Kinue and I'm a new hashtag Vtuber," with the uwu emoji. "I look like I'm 9, but don't worry, I'm actually 42. I'm so sick of people calling me a lolly." Huh. So he's obviously throwing a jab at the green-haired VTuber. They're kicking me out, and it's I think Kurin Rinji called him out a couple of times. He really doesn't like this person. This person only pops up on my feed when they're trying to insult somebody or because they're stirring up drama. basically he's taking a yab at this person. Sorry, this one, censored version. And it's just, this guy always kind of tweets hateful stuff, but at the same time he's getting kicked out from his family house because he didn't clean after his cooking stream. So I don't know why he's spending so much time on Twitter. Maybe he should spend more time looking for his next place to live in. Oh, jab. Yes. Yes, sorry. Rimaism. People get paid for trolling? They do. Well, on Twitter you can get monetized, yeah, for your posts. Like, this guy's post got a lot of viewers, a lot of views, a lot. Like thousands of likes and thousands of views. Yeah, the uncensored version doesn't show anything, but YouTube doesn't like a lot of things. This slide was out of order, but this was my reply to Under the Tea, because they put like Neanners with the other lollies, and I thought I was curious because I asked even a couple of days ago in several discords and in my own discord whether people considered Neanners a lolly or not, and most people said no. Most people don't consider Neanners to be a lolly, which plays into the whole hypocrite stuff, because people call her a hypocrite nowadays because they claim that she is still using a lolly model and using a lolly voice and making the same sexual jokes. Therefore, she's sexualizing Loli. Therefore, she's a Lolicon. So they think she's a hypocrite. But, I mean, that's her natural voice. And I don't actually consider her model to be a lolly, but it's just very interesting. And you're okay to disagree with that. It's just very interesting to see the wide variety of opinion on that. It's insane. Insane. That so many people, everybody answers a different thing. And when I asked that question out of curiosity, because you put Neanners out there, do you think Mokoko and Pecora are lollies too? Everybody answered something different. Some people said Pecora's a lolly, Mokoko's not. Some people said Mokoko's a lolly, Pecora's not. So they answered Pecora definitely is, but Mokoko is borderline. Pecora's height, small build, her model is much smaller than her mother's, and even her eyes make her a lolly in my eyes. Of course, she had different models over time, like any VTuber. And this person, I think I agree with this person the most. Lapis, Mitsuri, Rushia, and Shion are right there, like as lolly. Hell, I would have even settled for you saying Luna. So he doesn't agree that Mokoko, Pecora, or Neanners are all lollies. Wait, Patrick Stewart that voiced the Great Prince of the Forest, Bambi's father? Wait, he voiced that? Fictional children are different from the real, whether of age or not. Worries that there are rotten people who doesn't see the difference and can be stimulated by it, and groups who want excuses to censor and control. Yes, there's certainly some bad apples that seek out that kind of content as well. Like I mentioned earlier that people people enjoy Pomp ironically and unironically, and it's the people that enjoy it like for real for the wrong reasons that we kind of need to watch out for. And just the other day, I follow a lot of artists. I personally don't have a problem with lollies. So I followed this one lolly artist, and he tweets in Japanese, but I translated the tweet, and I found that in one of his tweets, he decided to take a hiatus, and the reason so was because he found out that somebody that was unironically, like genuinely attracted to children had started following him. And he was completely grossed out by that fact. And he was like, I'm not gonna post for, I'm taking a 2-week break, because he was like kind of freaked out, and he was like, please don't follow me for those reasons. I blocked the individual, but I just want to draw cute girls. Mokoko is just needy. Mokoko's very moe. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. I'm not putting the blame on the artist. I'm just saying him and other people that make that kind of content, some like Neander's had similar thoughts on the matter. She's been through similar things, but on a much bigger scale than that artist. So that's why sometimes when you come across a lot of these people, then you become like kind of grossed out by it. But that doesn't mean that everybody who watches Gargora as a PDF file, that doesn't mean that everybody that even reads Loli hentai is a PDF file either. You know, both of them could exist. Both of them could be true. Laplace, Bibu, and Goobers are closer to Loli build. I agree. So to prove that point, I kind of did an exercise, and I put both of the models next to each other to see like what differentiates them. So off the bat, what I noted was that Mokoko's legs are longer, but that could also be because her shoes are much chunkier and wider, giving her the impression that she's a lot taller. But aside from that, her head is a little smaller. As from the shoulders to, like, how do you call that, pelvis or crotch area, they look pretty much the same in shape. And the legs, there's not a big difference, and I calculate in the next slide. So here I superpose them, and the proportions look very similar when I superpose them. So I found it hard to see, so then I did another thing where I calculated their heads in how many of their heads would fit in their body. So Pecora has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads that fit in her body. And then Mokoko has 6.5, or not even, like 6 and a third. So it's like, no, is that 1/3 the only thing that stands between the fact that she's not a loli and she is? No, I don't think so. It's gotta be more than that. So then I did the same exercise with Gargora to compare them. And then, yeah, you can't really, I agree with that. Once I did the superposition, I was like, this is so tough because they kind of have two different styles, but they still look extremely similar. For me, this is the same body type. And then this is Gora, and Gora actually has only 5 heads, even a little bit less than 5. You counted the top of Mokoko ear, well, not really. Like, her... Okay, well, you could remove like a little bit. But the top of her head is close to that. It's like to the bottom of the border, I suppose. So I guess you could shave off a little bit from the bottom to equate it. And let's say she has platforms. They're pretty equivalent. So I'm trying to think, what are loli characteristics? I'd say Patan, a chubby face, a chubby stomach. I think a chubby stomach makes it so in my head they're immediately loli. Soft limbs. They're short or they're technically young. or they act very young. But it can't be just one of these things. I think it's gotta be multiple of these things. And I don't know why I wrote kinda. I think I was gonna write something and I forgot about it. So, is this a lolly, chat? We're gonna do a PSA. I'm gonna show you a bunch of photos and you tell me if it's a lolly or not. Okay? So Koa from Idol ES, she definitely has like a chubby stomach and she has like the round face, she's Betan, and she's got like the soft limbs like with a little bit of baby fat. Like she's 100% a lolly. Don't laugh at my spelling of canically, I don't know how to spell it. Okay. Alright, most people seem to say yes. Okay, so what about Neanners now? That one is highly debatable and highly subjective. That one is more borderline, right? Because she kind of has like a more angular face. She's sort of flat, but there's some like boob. Can you guys see my mouse? Yeah, you can. There's some booba. And she's pretty tall. She's taller than Project Melody. No, yes, no, 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 teen, petite. The thing is, like, let's say I'm arguing that to somebody that's outside of the VTuber community. Let's be real, they would think this is a lolly, right? They don't see the difference between like her and her. They would think it's the same. How tall is she? How tall is Neanners? She's 170 centimeters. Zentreya is 177. So she's 5'7". Project Melody is 4'11". Wait, Project Melody is a short stack. She's so short. How cute. For this model, well, this is the model that most of the people like blame her for. Is the one that looks the most like a lolly, and just the one that looks the most young, so I'm using that one. That's the one that looks the most young. The other one that she got after that are a lot more mature looking. But I'm particularly using that one because it's the most like divisive and it's the most debatable model. She does look tall in her streams, yeah. No, Mel is definitely not a lolly. Anyway, so, bro, 5'7" is tall for a woman. You guys are doing short discrimination right now. PDFs are notorious infiltrators. Artist isn't at fault. I agree. I agree. Hey Rima, thank you for your service assisting Parrot in his video. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. Watching back the cameo, I thought it wasn't as loud as the rest of the video. I should have screamed more. You've said chubby. You've now invoked the Archaic Bros. What's the Archaic Bros? What definition of lolly do you use? PDFlia itself has subdivisions, and the definition lies with 11 years old or younger, and coined by Lolita book. There was another word for... Wasn't there another word for 11 and younger? Twitter proves Puritans and morality arbiters. Lamau, please sir, the church is over there. Also, any chance to collab with Tomoe Yumari? I already did a collab with her, and actually, just today, I asked her when we're collabing again, and she said She said she was down. There's actually a philosophy feel about this whole situation. Lolly cannot be defined reductively in elementalism. It can only be done holistically through holism. What? Send me those papers in Discord, I'm curious. Okay, so okay, I did the head exercise with Neanners. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads. So it's the same as oh crap. Same amount of heads as these two. Yeah. I feel like man, people have so many different descriptions of lollies, but it's funny that some people consider her a lolly, but not Mokoko, for example. Imagine being short and being called a lolly. Yeah, you're just a short stack, okay? Just a short stack. Oh, architect bros, I see. I mean, it's not. I'm not just using the head method, bro. I'm also using all of these characteristics. It's her arms that make her look like a lolly. She just has skinny arms. Okay, what about this VTuber chat? This VTuber actually made a video that was reacted by Moist Critical and some other dudes. She's a VTuber, and she kind of did a video talking about lolly and lolly culture. No, it's not a chibi model. It looks more like a chibi. I guess it does. The kind of point is, I don't remember. I started writing it and I forgot. I think there was another point I was supposed to go there, but I'm blanking out on it. She did a good video. I recommend watching it, where she basically says that it's a culture from East Asia that we're kind of appropriating, and now we're trying to change it. And you guys came to us, not the other way around. "11 and younger equals lolly and prepubescent. Lolita book is the standard. Anything from 11 to 18 is considered hebephilia. I use the medical term for lolly." Alright, so then with I mean, if we go by that definition, then my definition of lolly makes more sense. I have a petite 145 centimeter older. Okay, you gotta tell me that in foot. What is 145 centimeters in foot? Who define my objective opinion of attractive growing up? To me, there is a difference between petite and lolly beyond body type. I agree, there is a difference between lolly and petite beyond body type. No, it's definitely a series of factors. And this is what I'm trying to establish. Is it some people even told me if they are under 18 canonically, or if they have a super high age, like a 5,000-year-old vampire, then they're probably a lolly. That and along other factors. 4.7 feet. Oh, she's tiny. And then some other people say that it's a combination of age, the way they act, and the way they look. So it's probably all three, a combination of, you know, yeah, a combination of all three. Like Anya from Spy X Family is definitely a lolly because of her age, the way she acts, and the way she looks, right? But that's like an easy one. We need tougher examples. The way they act is a big part for me. So would you say that Mokoko acts more childish than Pecora? Pecora sounds like my auntie. So I don't view her as acting childish. And this is a very popular image that's on the internet. It's called Loli Anatomy 101, but they're also using like a clearly very young lolly, so it's like pretty obvious that she is a lolly. So they always like, they have the boob cushion, like the really round faces, and like protect handle is what they're calling it here, but it's just like they're a little, they have like a wider stomach area and small feet, I suppose. Picora body is not lolly. Who said that? It was a discussion I was having. Some people on Twitter. It's not important. It was just to showcase that there's like a lot of different opinions on who's a lolly and who's not. And furries who are antis, possible glasshouse? Are furries known to be antis of lollies or lolicons? Can you guys hear the plane? It's a combination of head to body ratio. Okay, well, I did the head to body ratio earlier, and some people were complaining about that too. Can't please anybody. Yes. Should I close the window? Can you guys hear other sounds, or was it just that? It's landing? Bro, it's not landing on top of my house. Yes and yes. Rima is private jet? I wish. Oh no, there's another one! Wait, I gotta close the window. There's another plane coming, I think. No, it's flying back! Why is it coming back? If Anya is a lolly, does that mean that all children are lollies? But then there's some children character that also look older than lollies. So I really think it's a combination of, like we said earlier, age, look, and behavior. Right? So I think we figured it out, chat. Good job, everybody. Pats on the backs. I really think it's gotta be a combination of these three big categories, and then you need to fulfill probably like 2 out of 3 or maybe 3 out of 3 of those paragrams. Yeah, we read it, Kimchi ad. I can't read every chat, bro. Just stop spamming, please. I got kicked off chat because I posted lolly while the furries posted cubs. Double standards all around. They didn't want any, you... That's funny because you're probably a normie to them. So is Kiss Shot as a Rolla Orion Heart under Blade a lolly? Honestly, trying to define it is an exercise in futility, and it's up to regulation to define. If they want to stop it, they gotta define it plain. I agree that They gotta define it. Somebody's gotta define it, and it needs to be like a non-vague bar. Age is not a factor because there are drawings. Drawings does not have an age. Opinion disregarded. It's not because you put an age on. I feel like you're saying that because you think that if you put an age on a drawing and then you're like going with the it's pixels, it's fictional, but it can still have a drawing. It's just a made up. It can still have an age. It's a made up age. Body type plays the largest role. If the character has small breast, round, smooth face, and small proportion, yes, they are lolly. Baba lolly exists. Sigh. Yeah, true. Baba lollies do exist. As far as behavior, Goro actively talks about getting older all the time. I mean, Goro is played by an adult. Yes, a 1,000-year-old can still be lolly in anime. That's why I said it's not just one of those factors, it's a combination of a couple of them. I think static definitions don't always work. Well, then you end up with like what VGen is doing, which they have like really vague terms to define what is Shotokan and what is Lolicon, and then you get people fighting over it. So I think if you're gonna ban lollies, then in your platform, then you better define it, or you should just ban all not safe for work art and call it a day. By the age logic, Anos Verdi Gord would be a Shota. I don't know that character. But like I said, it wouldn't be just one parameter. Johan 118 has been bringing up Rory Mercury from Gate a bunch, though I'd get it out there. I don't personally consider her to be one, given she's old and acts like an adult thoughts. Who is it? Rory Mercury? I need to know more about that character. I'm not too familiar. She doesn't look like a lolly. She looks very tall. She looks very, very tall. She doesn't have lolly body proportions either. Lollies aren't necessarily not safe for work. What do you mean? You haven't been paying attention if you're asking that. I'm not saying lollies are are necessarily not safe for work. That's Lolicon. I said Lolicon. Lolicon is the sexual depiction of a lolly. People say lollies, but they never talk about shotas. I mean, people got angry at Sayu and called her a diddler because she said she liked shotas and Shotokan. Oh, she's short in the anime? Hmm. As someone else said, since the age of a drawing is arbitrary, it cannot be taken into account as to whether it is a lolly Well, that was you. You're the one that said that. You're the one that said that. But what about like I'm going out of the like what about, you know, in those vampire stories? I think there's one in Twilight too. Now I'm gonna start talking about Twilight. There's like these this really young vampire, but he's like 2,000 years old. So is he a lolly? Emo perception, age, look, and behavior plus context, how the character is viewed within, plus intent, the intent of the artist. That would make sense. I sent my first yes and somebody else clarified. I get that you have... I mean, you have a point, but like I said, I feel like it's... Hey, thank you for the membership. I feel like it's a combination of multiple things. If you believe that the age cannot be a factor, that's kind of the least... I'm trying to think. I should have put more examples in here. I guess if she looks really old, no, it's gotta be a combination of things, or that doesn't make sense. The age is probably the least important of the three things we listed off. Because lollibabas exist. Oh, I think the Lolita book... The Lolita book is extremely popular. It's part of literature, and there's also a movie about it. And you're not gonna end up on a watch list if you watch that, if you read that book. Team Edward. Wait, oh my god, I forgot about that! The true messed up thing in Twilight is the werewolf falling in love with the baby. Yeah, the werewolf imprints on the baby. Yo, I forgot about that. Alright, Kawasa say age is the most important. Well, bro, I don't... You guys, you know, you guys keep on fighting. I don't know. There's too many different opinions. I don't think we're gonna reach a consensus here. I don't think we're gonna reach a consensus. I gave up, guys. I gave up. FBI open up. I completely forgot about that, man. When it comes to the morality, age is the most important. Thus the disconnect between the critics and the enjoyers. Perhaps. I don't know what a lolly baba is. It's like a hag that's a lolly. Yeah, but earlier we said that the age, it could be really young or really old, and like a 9,000-year-old shark like Gora is would still qualify as a lolly. Listed age holds the heaviest weight in actual legal accountability. Well, I think we can all agree that there shouldn't be any legal accountability when it comes to drawings, at least in our community, because we're like VTubers and we're into anime. Bosch says it's not a lolly, it's a short stack goblin. Yeah, I agree with that. Alright. As a counterpoint to body type, I would argue that the character anchored from Azure Lane could be a lolly because her mind is infantile. Yeah, but then I feel like, okay, wait, I feel like body type holds way more weight than the other parameters. Because lolly is, it's a look. It's an appearance first and foremost. All three factors need to take place for a lolly. Short baton and childlike face. Go with the PDF litmus test. Anything missing invalidates. What do you mean by anything missing invalidates? That's called born sexy yesterday. What? Okay. Alright. That was a good discussion though. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the debates and I enjoy people Oh my god, why is there so many planes? I'm never streaming with my window open anymore. Morally, the adult body with an infantile mind is way worse than an adult mind with an infantile body. You know, there's a movie about this that came out recently. It's a very beautiful movie. It was really well received by critics. It's with Emma Stone. I like that a lot of people kind of... Bro! I'm gonna close the window. Hold up. Why is there like shooting noises now? Okay. Kana/Rima, I need you to identify the underage person, Twitter antis and others slow-witted. They are both children. No, I like that you guys refuted a lot of points and it brought in a couple of points. Like my mind going into the stream wasn't totally formed, and it was kind of like an exercise getting there with you guys. Doesn't Canada prosecute lollies drawing and write? Maybe. Not sure. Might be. Might be why VGen doesn't allow lollies and shotas, because they are like Canadian. They're Canadian based, I think. And somebody confirmed that. Any missing trait takes away lolly status. These unread people don't even know. In Lolita, the girl acts overly mature. Her looks counts the most. Damn. Yeah, she does act overly mature. July 4th is around the corner, likely fireworks. I'm Canadian. We don't do July 4th here. I think the planes are from last minute travelers coming back home before the first day of work. I don't know what's up with the exploding noises. I think they're just firecrackers though. This is a huge topic. It's been going on for a while. I'd be surprised if we found a solution to it in this stream. I feel like if we go by the... Yes, the movement, the turn got coined from that book, but I don't think that that book completely defines what a like East Asian lolly is in terms of anime and manga. Also, that book was... I mean, it wasn't anime. It was like based on a real... It's like based on real life people. Not real ones, like fictional, but you know, on flesh tubers. It was based on flesh tubers, guys. All right. The term has evolved. Language is not static. Yeah, you must be right. Loli is separate from Lolita, even if the term Loli stems from it. Back to work, side 27, work cycle. Sorry about that. Thanks for hanging out, though. I mean, Labyrinth, you're not gonna convince everybody here, and I'm not gonna convince everybody here either. And that's okay. Like, when it comes to very divisive topics such as this one, when it comes to controversial topic, not everybody will agree, and I've learned that a while ago. It's just, you know, I expect a percentage of comments that are gonna disagree about each stream. Flashbacks, disgusting. Lolita is a fashion trend. I do like that fashion trend. I don't see a lot of Lolitas anymore. Used to be really popular in Japan. Yeah, I closed the window, that's why. Anyway, let's go to the other news now. So, Kizuna Ai's channel got rebooted. There was like 25,000 people watching, but it was just like a loop animation. She didn't actually stream, and she also like unlisted and privated all the other videos on her channel for some reason. I wonder why they did that. So I'm wondering if they're gonna reboot Kizuna Ai. They said before that different voice actresses would portray Kizuna Ai, but they were met with a lot of audience backlash, so it was kind of on pause for a while, and now they're rebooted back up, so we'll see what's going on with that. I wonder. Flora Nova, thank you for the 5 gifted! Thank you so much! And these kind of debates are the reason different countries exist. Well, I don't think there's different countries because of the Loli debate, but divisive topics, sure. Wait, you tuned in when there was 65,000 people watching, Kawasa? When I tuned in, it was 25,000. Is Jirei Lolita? I'm not sure. There's also another interesting rat, but it's very much a rat. So, you guys know that Wactor has rebranded as the agency 910 Inc., right? And there's this rat that Ru-chan, one of the livers... wait, I can pull up her channel, maybe. From 910 Inc. would be like Mikeneko, streaming under another alias. Shit, I can't remember her name exactly. Oh, but I'm subscribed to her, so it's the first one that pops up. Basically this VTuber. I'm just gonna... this girl right here. And people are saying that she's Rusia because they said that she has a similar voice than her. I've actually watched a decent amount of Rusia content. You hear that? Maybe I'll pull up a stream where it's only her. They say that it's her. She has a similar voice. I think that she sounds a little bit more gremlin than Rusia does. Rusia has a more feminine voice. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that my browser audio was muted because I was recording.
あ、そうなんだ。さっきからいろんな画像出まくりだけど。あ、これ私たちどうですか？ユニット名さ、でまださ出すなって言ってたよね。嘘でしょ、ごめんなさい。ユニット名まだ出すなって言ってたよ。嘘、ここ後で聞いとってもらっていいですか？おいすー、にゃはー、来てくれてありがとう。ルキだけ、ルキだけ。
I'm gonna pull up another stream because it's a little bit hard to hear.
吸血して食事しようと思ったんだけどやめて。何？やだ、気象。
Yeah, I need her to scream. Yeah, true, we need her to scream. Okay, hold up. Let me pull up a Mikaneko clip.
ね、ちなみにさ、待って、これさ。
It sounds more like baby, no?
あれってさ、あのままで増えるの？ほっといたら増える？睡眠導入どうぞ。なるかわかんないけど。
Wonder if I can find a stream of Rusia playing Minecraft.
じゃあ小麦育てるか。なんか飛んでない草も飛ばない。
Okay, a sec.
なんで OBS 切れたんだろう。やだ、悲しい。やめてほしい。梨真ん中に置くか。
See, she sounds more feminine. No? Do you guys hear what I'm hearing? Anyway, so at first I was like, their voices are completely different, so I disregarded that rat. But recently, Ruchan actually accidentally showed the Mikaneko loading screen on her stream. Let me just pull up the video. Look, do you guys see it? Did you guys see it? It's going very fast. Oh, I'm gonna try to pause it. So now it's like, oh shit, what? And knowing how crazy Rusia is, I'm not totally gonna, you know, hold on. You know, I'm not totally gonna disregard this. So, but then she stated that it's not her. It's because she was watching Mikaneko and she forgot the stream on. So that's why. And then she also did like they both streamed at the same time. And what this commenter is saying here is that basically during that stream they claim that Mikaneko wasn't reading the comments, and so it was a recorded stream to prove that it wasn't her. Do you guys get what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna re-explain it in other terms. Both Ru and Mikaneko streamed at the same time, but this guy says that Ru wasn't looking at the comments throughout the video, so they believed that it was a recording and it was orchestrated to dispel the rumors. So that is quite some rat. It would be crazy if it's true. I hope to God it isn't true. Like, please, Mikaneko, please, Mik. But then I looked into the comments and the replies to this, and some people were saying that she did reply. They timestamped 2 comments, and those 2 comments, it felt like she did reply to them. So I think this guy is like maybe too lost in the sauce. And then some other people were saying, yeah, but it's kind of her style. She doesn't really read the comments a lot. Please be true, it would be so funny. It's an enticing rat. She's crazy, not stupid. She's... You know what makes it also like kind of believable? Is that Mikaneko's really bad with technology. And she's made a lot of technological whoopsies in the past. So that would also line up. But for me, the voice is the biggest difference. But I hope to God she's not, you know, working for Wactor. That'd be awful. Still skeptical. Now, onto the NIJISANJI rats. She's on Discord, whoopsie. She's spoken with Kson before. She didn't even know how to like loop a song properly on her stream. Yeah, she's done a lot of like technological mishaps. Yeah, I think it's unlikely. It's... Now back to the NIJISANJI. So NIJISANJI is made... There's a couple things with NIJISANJI I need to go through. First of all is that they've made an NBA collab. And it's a collaboration that's supposed to be with the livers from EN. But then people find out that they couldn't purchase the merchandise. And it wouldn't ship to... It doesn't ship to America. So... you kind of have to go through a third party. Yes, you're late, Azehara. But better late than never. And they had to go through a third party to get the item, so it sucks. But on the other hand, people are making a big deal about it. But it's always been like this with collabs in NIJISANJI and merch with Ian Livers. So it's not anything new, but it's still dumb. That's what I'll say on that. It's nothing new, but it's still dumb. And they should probably figure out a way to ship it to EN fans, because those are the audience that want to buy this merch. Yeah, going through a third party is difficult, and it's gonna up the fees too, so it's probably not worth it. Yes, thank you. I brought this up in the Q4 stream. Which part? Yeah. Aside from that, I found some infighting between the Hex... I can't say his name, there's too many H. The Hex Haywire fans. I guess it's the result of parasocial relationship going wrong or pushed to the extreme. And let's read this together. As some people know, I used to be very active in this community. So this is like a Hex Haywire fan that is writing this. And this has been kept mostly on the down low, probably because the Niji sisters don't want this out there. So this person says, as some people know, I used to be very active in the community for around 3 to 4 months. I made a lot of friends and met people who were nothing but amazing. I wasn't never planning on leaving. The stream were comforting and fun. Even if I was a newbie, I was getting quite a lot of attention from the Oshi, I guess Hex. He was trying his best to make people who are new not feel left out, even if I wasn't sending supas. And this is where the whole issue has started. I didn't even knew back then that I will get shadow bullied just because of the amount of attention I got, but I did, especially from one person, the face of the community, that obsessively was checking the Twitter circle where I was for a long time, and this is when they noticed my existence and I got targeted. The person got even more upset after I started clipping and my first clips already got noticed. They considered clipping a hard job they are doing, suggested that others are doing it only for attention, and played a victim. Later deleted the tweets. I have screenshots. I wish it was only me, but they were acting this way towards everyone and are extremely parasocial. It wouldn't be an issue if they were the only person, because no, in the community there is a group of older sicklings. They have their own Discord server where they love to bully others, which would not be an issue if they didn't go to the doxing site. She's referring to Nifco. Later spreading their shit and lies, make fake accounts to bully others on Twitter. Everyone knew who is behind it, nobody is surprised, and they are the reason why many sicklings left the community. Instead of having fun, we were scared of them. All of this because of their parasocial relationship and being little angels in Oshi's eyes, because they supported him from the beginning. When our Oshi was talking how you can't consider yourself sickling if you're bullying someone, they were agreeing. Ironic, isn't it? As much as I was hoping the issue stopped, wait, it's cut off. The issue stopped. It never did. My friends who are still in the community are still getting affected by bullying, and sadly, it's the same people. I'm glad they are getting slowly exposed. It should have happened a long time ago, but everyone was scared not only of what they will do, but also about Oshi's reputation, because our community already had it hard. Damn, NIJISANJI and bullying, name a better combo. I'm very disappointed because I also got a little bit closer with one of the bullies, pretending they do care about my well-being. They just tried to get the information, and as I can see, I wasn't the only person. Jay was doing this shit too. So yeah, they're a bunch of parasocial little bitches with big ego. Because of his attention, I feel bad for him. He generally thought the people who are supporting him are good, kind human beings like him. Time to grow up. It's not elementary school and y'all acting worse than 15 years old. Karma, heart. Interesting. I wouldn't say... I think that's actually like infighting between fans. I don't want to like blame women here, but especially between women around a male streamer. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in other communities as well. So I'm not sure how common is this. And I haven't dug too much into this, so... You know, take this with a grain of salt. I'll probably have to do more research on this. I just came across this right as the stream started, and I thought it was interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, jealousy, crazy jealousy. The Sicklings are Hex Haywire fan, I believe. Sickling. Yeah, yeah. Confirming that it's Hex fan base. And there's screenshots of this. Okay, you can't see this. Okay, hold up. Let me pull up a bigger photo of this. Yeah. Sec. All right, it's here. And we can zoom in on this as much as we want. All right, so here are some screenshots. The names are barred out. All I ever wanted was to make things for Hex, not for attention, but because he saved me during one of the darkest times in my life, and I wanted to show my appreciation for that. No one was ever trying to one-up them. They were a closed group for projects, so other people did their own, for Hex, not for any other reason. Fandom isn't a competition, it's supposed to be a celebration. We're all supposed to be here for the same reason. I agree with that. You're supposed to co-collaborate for your Oshi and for your idol. And that's the part of joining these fandoms. It's the community you're joining. Like, most of the time, you're not even gonna interact with the VTuber itself that much. You're gonna interact with other fans from that same fandom more. Our Kamiyoshi loved you genuinely, but this is how you treat him back, and dragging the whole community as a safety net to get away with your atrocities? Hopefully I won't, and other fellow Sicklings, be getting shamed from other communities just because I'm a member of the Sickling community, and also what you did as a whole. You guys just stored the nest down and everyone is not happy with it. I wonder what they're replying to. People are amusing. I find it questionable if it's hard to see the line between what is normal private conversation that is venting to others and a conversation on how to bully people until they break, especially when even the victims get pinned as a bully instead. Last thing I'll say, actively spying on vent channels in other servers to send screenshots via Streamlabs to play the victim isn't venting. Wait, what? They sent screenshots via Streamlabs to Hex? Then there must be proof on his stream if that's the case. Joking about posting on a well-known doc site isn't venting. Creating alts to bully people isn't fucking venting. Be fucking real. I mean, that's true. I have one thing to say. Venting is fine and dandy, even allowed, but plotting, planning, and watching the community cause harm isn't. This situation went past venting. Oh, okay. I think I understand now. Because the names are barred out, it makes it harder to understand the conversation. I think these guys are all replying to this first post. I don't know if they're talking about sending it to Hex. I don't know if they're talking about sending it to Hex, but what they're sent this screenshot via Streamlabs, and Streamlabs is a donation. It's a donation platform. So did they send it to Hex? Or maybe the other theory that could be that some of these community members are also streamers, maybe smaller streamers, and they received that via their donation. I'm not sure. And I didn't know you could send images in Streamlabs either, right? Right? I didn't know that either, so that's just weird. Don't even try to compare being revealed as a plotter, harasser, and a doxer to venting. Stop right there. Actively stalking someone and plotting to destroy them via cyberbullying and actually going through with it is a crime. If you're going to defend these people, get out. Damn, a lot of people are criticizing this person. Oh yeah, maybe they donated with the link of the image like Imgur. Yeah, you must be right. Sorry for my trash talk, but don't try to fucking wash hands as if you're not part of the bullying incident within the Sickling community. Take accountability, you motherfucker. You guys have grown up pubic hair below yet acting like a high schooler. The receipts already shown yet trying to defend your fucking asses. I hope that these are all different accounts. It seems like these two are related, but maybe these are different accounts, because this make it seem like a bunch of different people are coming out to target this person. But because the names are barred out, we don't know how many exactly, and it's kind of diluting the story. Yeah, I mean, I hope it gets resolved regardless. Regardless whether you're in an NIJI community or not. Bullying is bad, doxing is bad, harassing is bad. And if you're making alt accounts to go and bully somebody else, especially someone from the same community, when the rest of the world is basically attacking NIJISANJI right now, and you need to show united front, you're not taking care of your quote-unquote family. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Oh, there's more. Okay. Whoa, I didn't. Whoa, we discovered more. 1 year of holding the fuckery you did, the lies, the manipulation, everything, then trying to be nonchalant as if you're a victim too. What the fuckery is that? Leave the community, for fuck's sakes. Go out. Oh my god, I didn't know such people exist. Damn it, invest on your manners next time, not on your fucking pussies just to act like brats. Oh, I forgot, you guys are all brain dead anyway. The bottom, he can save you. For any new sicklings that arrive and coming into this community, please don't let this situation sway you not to talk to your new friends or not watch your Oshi. It doesn't define thousands of people that are genuinely supportive who want to ensure you enjoy your time. The ones that I've come across has been nothing but so genuinely so sweet to me, and they are so passionate about what they do for their Oshi. Don't worry, sicklings, you'll never be ostracized or be separated from the community. I got your back. Please don't remember to not group the bad apples with the people who try and make this community a safe space. I can agree with that statement. All the sicklings I've had pre-debut to now have been so kind and sweet to everyone. I met so many bad apples, but that didn't mean there are others. Don't hate us because of certain people. And somebody else tweeted, please don't hate the whole community. Rear guard here. I know it has been very difficult, but I hope you're all feeling okay. Please know that each of you are special to all of us. We always have your back. I've seen some sicklings worried that the actions of a few will make them all hated in the community. Please rest assured that Emo, you are known as very gentle souls, doing your best and adoring your Oshi tremendously. No matter how serious and problematic the current situation is, we'll stay forever as sicklings and will never separate from the rest. Sicklings forever. But what are the proof that this person did something wrong? Is there other screenshots I'm missing? It might be subtweeting. I'm literally looking at the first tweet. These are not replies nor quote tweets. Oh, you're looking at the first tweet on Twitter? And these are not replies to that tweet? Okay. Okay, maybe they're all talking about another person. Damn, now I want to know more about this. As a Ryu guard, that bro has been through it. Yeah. Yeah, he's still on a hiatus, right? Don't think you are not missing anything. It's just not properly ordered, like it's rushed. The VTuber they fangirl for is Hex? Yes. Yes, but I don't have any proof of the cyberbullying or alt accounts or whatever. I just have this person coming out with their story. Lastly, there's been a few tweets of NIJISANJI livers being a little sad. Might be because of the cancelled show, the cancelled appearance at AX. But Millie's tweeting, you're not a failure, you're just in a difficult point in time right now. And there was a couple others, I didn't document them, so I didn't have them ready. But, you know, People are speculating, people are doom posting, some people are claiming that EN is gonna merge with JP. I don't think it's gonna come to merging with JP. I don't think they'll ever do that, actually. But are things not doing well financially for EN? Probably not. Thoughts? Lastly, and this is sort of a bigger topic, so there's a NIJISANJI lawsuit that has resurfaced that a lot of you might not have heard about because it's been going on for like 3 years. And Yuzuki Roa is a VTuber that looks like the NIJISANJI version of Iris, basically. And her last stream was 3 years ago. And NIJISANJI just released her birthday goods, and it's kind of insane because she's not streaming at all, but she's still getting a merch line. Now, if I want to play like devil's advocate here and defend NIJISANJI, I'd say that maybe Yuzuki Roa needs the extra fund, like she needs her 1% cut here, because of the lawsuit that's going on. And also, like, her fans are probably still supportive. Like, I've seen some comments of the fans saying, oh, I hope she can stream soon so we can shower her with super chats. So they're still waiting for her return. Yeah, so Yuzuki Roa is a female Japanese virtual YouTuber affiliated with NIJISANJI. This is her. You probably recognize her. And yeah, last stream 3 years ago. It's got a ton of view though. So basically Roa has been in a lawsuit, entangled in a lawsuit for the last 3 years. And it's a defamation lawsuit, I believe. And it's with another NIJISANJI liver, actually. She's in a lawsuit with Mero. Mero is another NIJISANJI liver that has been terminated. That's her. She's been terminated from NIJISANJI. And basically, what was it? Mero was copying her figure of speech and manners, and they were like fighting behind closed doors, and then it led to a lawsuit. Basically, Mero was speaking in a very similar way to Roa. The dispute attracted more attention because one of them went to a gossip YouTuber and showed them some, I think it was Mero. Yeah, it was Mero. So Mero went to a gossip YouTuber, showed him some screenshots, and he showed those screenshots. NIJISANJI found out about it, and that was considered a breach of contract because it's a leak. So Mero got fired. And basically that YouTuber claimed that Mero was bullied by Roa, so fans started harassing Roa. Mero ended up being released from NIJISANJI, and then and they stood by Roa's claim that she hadn't been bullied. Sounds kind of familiar, right? Now that I'm saying this out loud. There was no bullying at NIJISANJI. But given the stress of being harassed, Roa suspended her activities. And I found another article on this that we can go through. But basically, like in that leaked NIJISANJI contract that we read with Legal Mindset, NIJISANJI doesn't help you if you get into a lawsuit, even if it's somebody from the same company. So Roa is probably left to her own devices here. And 2 years ago, we got an update, and I think that's the only update we got from the lawsuit, because she was advised not to talk about it. And This is a lawyer from Tokyo that's writing this. We are pleased to report on behalf of Ms. Roa Yumizuki that the court has ruled in her lawsuit against her access provider for disclosure of her sender's information, finding a violation of her right of honor and ordering disclosure of her sending information. Please be advised that the case is still pending, so we will not disclose further details about the case. Remember the guy who had the galls to up a big gossip video about how Chinese are pressuring Coco to be fired? Yeah, that's the same guy. That's the same gossip YouTuber. What do you mean the galls to up a big gossip video about how, upload a big gossip video about how Chinese are pressuring Coco to be fired? But was it during the Taiwan incident? Why is that like surprising? So I'm not sure if this is an update of her suing one of the person harassing her, or if she's suing Mero here, because it's saying that she's trying to get info from her access provider, like her internet provider, to get some information. And let's go over that article that I found. Yuzuki Roa heads to court. Here's what the media is saying. Yuzuki Roa broke her year-long silence last month with a tweet announcing a lawsuit to stop the spread of false rumors and accusations against her, which she says have damaged her career and her life. The hot topic of online bullying, Roa-chan's high profile as a VTuber, and the question of whether slander against a virtual person is a legal matter have all drawn special attention to this case. Okay, the background we know. But her Twitter post was done on December 30th, 2021, apologizing for the long silence. I have an announcement about the slander that was going around last year. I've retained the lawyer Ozawa Kazuhito from Integral Law Offices to get a judgment identifying the person doing this. I'm sorry I wasn't able to tell you until now. I wanted to announce it after I retained them last year, but they told me if I did that, that might keep me from being able to stop them. It will take a little more time before the trial is over, so please wait. To all my fans, I'm sorry I've worried you so much. Thank you for waiting for me for so long and for supporting me. It sucks for her because she's not getting any income right now. She's basically stuck in this limbo, and as you guys know, when you're in NIJISANJI, you're not allowed to stream as another persona or do anything that's like remotely similar to VTubing or streaming or even voice acting. So she's just not working, or she has her day job now. Either way, it sucks. This article gives more background to the dispute between Roa-chan and Meiro. The October before last, NIJISANJI announced on Twitter that they terminated their contract with Kinyozaka Meiro, 80k subscribers, someone with whom they said it would be difficult to re-establish a relationship of trust due to serious violation of her confidentiality agreement, as well as twice giving notice and then canceling her graduation. Oh wow. In the events leading up to Kinoyozaka's contract being terminated, it was revealed that Yuzuki Roa had requested that she revise her way of speaking on streams, which resembles Yuzuki Roa's particular accent, as much as possible, with the aim to differentiate between the two because their worlds were collapsing. That same day, Yuzuki made public on Twitter her exchanges with Kinyozaka, but her activity on social media came to a standstill with those tweets, and she's been on a hiatus for more than a year from any substantial activity. It also highlights the relationship between Roa-chan and her fans, as seen in the response to her latest tweet. Among the near 4,000 replies were cheers of encouragement from patient fans waiting for Yuzuki to resume her activities, coming one after another saying, "Keep going, we're cheering on you," We'll wait as long as it takes for you to settle down, and I'll definitely keep waiting until we can hear your cheerful voice again. NIJISANJI Yuzukiro announced she's preparing for a judgment to pin down the person spreading false information about her. KU quotes Roa-chan's lawyer from the Integral Law Office, who posted on Twitter following her announcement. He commented, "As we've already been granted a temporary injunction, we're in the process of suing to identify the real person committing defamation. The internet provider has verified that they possess this information." So I guess this was the update of the tweet we just saw earlier. They also go over the events leading to this point in detail. In October of 2020, before Yuzuki Roa suspended her activities, she was at the center of a controversy with Kiniyozaka Mero, whose contract with NIJISANJI has been terminated. In the midst of NIJISANJI's managing company Ishikara, now Anycolor, dealing with the spread of speculation that Yuzuki Roa had bullied Kiniyozaka Mero, Narukami Sabaki, who was known as an inflammatory VTuber, oh, that's the gossip VTuber, Narukami Sabaki, released a video with Yuzuki Roa being criticized by name, and Narukami's channel is currently banned on YouTube. With a leaked video including revelation that must have come from someone involved, slander against Yuzuki Roa went into overdrive. Following this, NIJISANJI's management released a detailed announcement of what had happened. I think I have that announcement. Report on the termination of the contract with Goldfish Zakamero. I love this translation, it goes hard. We have received a number of requests for detailed explanation of the circumstance surrounding the termination of our contract with Mero. And we would like to provide the following information. Yeah, but is it translated in English? Damn. It's not. This is the smallest. It's so low quality. Somebody does a summary here. What happened is Miru debuts with a unique accent due to her upbringing, which is somehow similar to Yuzuki Roa's. Yuzuki reported to management and they said King Yozaka has to make statement that she is not imitating other livers. But she didn't make that statement and requests to graduate instead. A week later, she changed her mind and resumes activity. But in a live stream, she mentioned that she is harassed by another liver and that she has permission to talk about the whole situation by management. But she actually hasn't, and this counts as a breach of contract, which later resulted in her graduation. There was also a leak of her chat by an outsider, which can only be known by her, so this counts as yet another breach of contract. The third page details how Yuzuki Roa did not harass King Yozaka in their chat history. The last page is just Ishikara telling people not to harass the involved parties. Oh, this guy's issuing a correction. It's a little wrong. He says Mero requested Ishikara to announce a declaration that her accent is not an imitation. And she said if Ishikara doesn't, she would graduate from NIJISANJI. Ishikara didn't and suggested Roa and Mero a compromise plan instead. Interesting. Wow. That's crazy. It was very close because Roa's accent was not a real existing accent. It was a fictional one she created, like Peko or Gozura. Yes, yeah, it was, I remember now. I think we briefly spoke about it with False. This is a brief article covering an interview with Froa-chan. She spoke with red-rimmed eyes. I've had complex about my voice since I was a kid. People often said to me, you talk weird, your intonations are off. But when I became a VTuber, those things became part of my personality. And the people around me started telling me they liked it. It made me really happy. Asen is moving forward with a lawsuit to identify another VTuber, the contents of whose streams she's labeled as libel, and is currently suing their IP in order to do this. If this happens, we expect there will be an investigation into this person's legal responsibility. For me, who has no family to rely on, being a VTuber was my hope for a do-over of my life, but these activities fell apart, and dying crossed my mind countless of time. Dude, how many times does NIJISANJI make people have unaliving thoughts? Oh boy. I mean, I hope NIJISANJI is helping her with the lawsuit because they are somewhat responsible for this. It's somebody from their own company and she's still entangled in that lawsuit to this day. And she can't pursue other activities. Yeah, they should have mediated. That is sad, and she has no family to rely on. She was hoping for VTuber to... She placed all her hopes in that, and she can't VTube for the last 3 years. She says that her life was messed up, hasn't posted a video in more than a year. Now it's been 3, because this was written 2 years ago. It's due to this that she decided to go to court, suing the personal information of the VTuber who first posted about her bullying. She says that when her name and other personal information was posted, it became a legal matter. Oh, did the other VTuber dox her? She announced that she was suing the night of December 30th. For the small woman who was separated from her mother by death and has no family to rely on, her activities as a VTuber are both a source of income as well as a place for her to belong. She says that when her fans comment welcome back when she streams, it makes her feel better. During her interview, she appealed, slander against my avatar hurt me in reality and made a mess of my life. Wow, that is so sad. I heard about this before. But it was so long ago, and oh, this is so sad. Actually, no one deserves this. This poor girl. Man, I hope this gets settled and fast. Wow. Wow. What a sad way to end stream. What the fuck? Somebody drew Loli Rima. Adam drew this. All right, this is a funny way to end the stream. Cheer us before we end. Loli Rima. Insane stuff happening in the VTubing community once again. Especially in NIJISANJI. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna raid Arizu Ushiro from Pixel Link. And I'm gonna go watch House of Dragons because it's out. Try to stream again soon. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Thanks for participating in the conversation and remaining civil.